Yes, people, welcome to the Daily Football Report on the YAHYAH. And on today's episode, we're talking about Mason Greenwood. We're also going to be heading down to his former employers to be talking about some incomings and outgoings. And yes, David Raya had some funny remarks on his post-match press conference. And then we're also talking about Unai Emery and some funny reports as well he has to give about his goalkeeper. So it's all happening today on the YAHYAH. So let's jump into it right away. Mason Greenwood had been linked to a move to play for Jamaica national team for over a year now. He's finally acquired his Jamaican passport over this short period. A lot of work has gone into this for sure, and Mason Greenwood was supposed to play for Jamaica in this World Cup qualification window. Now apparently he has decided not to play for Jamaica within this window, and I think there's a few reasons for that. Now one, it could be that Mason is just not ready for the sort of scrutiny maybe he might get from fans from Jamaica. That could be a possibility. And two, I also think Mason is just weighing his cards because him committing to Jamaica now basically stops him from ever being able to play for England. Now, who are we to say that he hasn't already had a word with Thomas Tuchel, and Thomas Tuchel has gave him promises that he would slowly see what the fans are like to see if he can be reintegrated into the team. Now we all know the bombshell that's over Mason Greenwood's head at the moment with that whole situation. We don't really have to go into that right now. But what I must say is, at the end of the day, we cannot punish a young man, especially when the situation that he is in is with the same individual that caused this whole uproar. We should respect them as young adults, and they have made decision to have a family together, and we should just respect that. But anyways, yes, Steve McLaren had a few words to say about Mason Greenwood, so let's see what he had to say.
By no means what everybody's waiting for. Mason Greenwood finally acquired his passport. A lot of work was done behind the scenes from the likes of Simon and other people.
Now you can tell this man is pretty much he's disjointed. Like you can tell he's not there. Like he's really upset about the situation. You can tell. You just look in the disappointment in his face.
In the government as well, we acquired a passport, and we expected him to be coming to this camp, but on a conversation with his family, he's not going to commit at this time to anybody.
So he ain't committing to anybody at this time. No one. So that is just what it is. And I understand where Mason Greenwood is coming from, because there's no doubt he's being made promises by Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel has been integrating all kind of people into England's team. He's trying to find the best balance of the best players in form. And Mason Greenwood is in form. Mason Greenwood was one of the best players, if not the best or second best, with Ousmane Dembele in League O last season. He smashed the league. You know, his numbers were very similar to Dembele. But of course, the situation happened and he has to reset his life, and we get all that. But we have to now start to get over the reality that this happened, and it's time for us to move on, because he and his partner, his wife, his fiancée, whatever she is to him, has moved on. Now, let's jump into other words, where we see Jadon Sancho and Antony are leaving Manchester United. Finally, the freedom fighters are leaving Manchester United. You know, Jadon Sancho, for how technical and how gifted of football he is, this guy is one of the biggest disappointments in world football. His attitude is skunkish. It's skunkish, bruv. You know, he went to Chelsea. They didn't want him. They sent him back to his parent club. But Antony, on the other hand, no. You know, he has a good attitude. At least things happen for Antony at Manchester United that caused him to have issues with, you know, the media, and also things that happened in his life where he had that charge with that individual, the girl. And, you know, a lot of things happened, and he still was a young player. nearly £100 million for a player that was not that quality player, and then he has to come play under that sort of scrutiny, not being worth that amount of money. All those things created pressure on Antony, and I felt so sorry for him. But the freedom fighter, Sancho, bro, Jadon Sancho had issues. Ten Hag sent him to the Netherlands to train. Came back, he was all good, performed for a little bit, then he threw Ten Hag under the bus. This guy is just not a good person. Now he's like tatting girls' names on his neck and shit. Like, he's a lost soul, and I feel so sorry for Jadon Sancho. Other one now, Emi Martínez looks like he's actually on his way to Manchester United, which is another big buy for the transfer window. You know, Emi Martínez probably isn't as much better in terms of statistics than Andre Onana. But as a goalkeeper with a presence and knowing the league and having an aura that you feel like you're really the best in the world. And at a point in time, people were rating him the best in the world. I don't know why, but he actually makes good saves though. So it's okay. So Emi Martínez is not a bad person to bring into the squad if you know that he's coming to be a number one. Because if he's going to come to fight with Onana, it'll get toxic real quick. But if he's coming to know that he's the number one, or something has to happen. Either Onana has to leave or Altai has to leave, but somebody has to go. Because it's going to get toxic with Martinez there. Now, talking about goalkeepers, David Raya, in post-match interview, was talking about the ball and having issues with the ball with David Raya, Dominic Szoboszlai goal. For those of us who didn't watch the game, I'm sure we all do because we're football fanatics on this channel. We saw that Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 in not really a cagey effect. It was actually Arsenal sitting back on Liverpool, hammering them with chances. And it's just sad to see the way Arsenal's going down, because Arsenal have so much quality as a team. But anyway, we don't really want to dig too deep into their loss. We're going to just let them lose in peace. So, but David Raya was going on about the ball and saying that the new Puma balls, you know, they probably move like the Jabulani ball. Now, for us young ones who don't know, Jabulani was a ball that was introduced in, I think, the 2002 World Cup. So it was like, it moved a lot and goalkeepers were complaining about the ball. Now, this might be something of that new technology. Maybe we'll find out more about it in the near future or more time, or maybe we'll have to do some more research on the ball itself to see what he's talking about. But imagine if this was Andre Onana saying this. He would have been memed and hammered. You know, Andre Onana picks a ball up and he's not on his knee. People say that is a goalkeeper technical error. All the Instagram football UEFA A-license coaches, they think that that's Andre. They will just give you all this sort of different ways the goalkeeper should pick up the ball because they know. But also, again, talking about goalkeepers, Unai Emery, it seems like this is the goalkeeper segment daily news today, man. But yeah, Unai Emery was talking about Emi Martínez, and he was like, hey, he did not say a word about Emi Martínez. He did not even answer by saying his name. All he was like saying is Marco Bizot. Why is Emi Martínez not here? Marco Bizot. And have you heard anything from Emi Martínez? Marco Bizot. Man, if you have some time, head over onto the Instagram or search it up on your Google search and just have a look. It's such a funny look. But yes, people, this has been your daily news for the day. Just a little bit of catch up. Yes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications. So, of course, always, I can continue bringing you great content going forward. It's been your boy YAHYAH coming to you fresh out of the air. Take care. Have a good time. Stay sexy and ciao, my people.